Good day, everyone. My name is Mitzi Grace De La Riba, and our topic for today is all about the fisheries and aquaculture management. Fisheries and aquaculture. Fisheries and aquaculture supports the livelihoods of nearly half a billion of people across the world. Yet many of the world's fisheries are at risk from human pressure, including overexploitation, pollution, and habitat change. So, what is aquaculture? According to National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, aquaculture is a process of breeding, rearing, and harvesting of fish, shellfish, algae, and other organisms in all types of water environment. On the other hand, fisheries management is the integrated process of information gathering, analysis, planning, consultation, decision making, allocation of resources, and formulation and implementation of the rules and regulations which governs fisheries activities in order to ensure the continued productivity of the resources and accomplishments of other fisheries objectives. These can be defined as the whole range of farm management activities which involves the production and sale marketing of fish at a profit. Fish farming, like most other types of farming, is a risky business that requires special knowledge, skills, and careful considerations. The main goal of fish farming management is to combine all available resources, capital, land, water, and labor to maximize farm profit. That would be all. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Erica May M. Magdalera, and I am going to discuss the fish farming management involves. First is the settings of objectives. A fish farm manager should decide on the objectives that he wants to achieve within a specific period of time. It consists of customer satisfaction, production and sale of fingerlings, raising of broodstock, production of fish and feed, produce and sale within 6 months, sport fishing, fish production, and restaurant. The second one is pre-production planning or fish farming plan. It consists of what to produce. It depends on market demand, price, and the ability of the farm to efficiently and competitively produce the selected fish. And the next one is what will be used for production. Cost considerations will be addressed at this stage and decision on the availability of enough financial resources of both capital and operating costs. And the last one is how much to produce. It depends on financial capability, market price, and sufficient market for fish produced. Demand is influenced by factors like taste tradition of consumers and availability of competing products. And now, let's proceed to processes involved in fish farming management. First is the water management. The physical, chemical, and biological characteristics of water, the suitability of water for the growth and reproduction of fish. And the second one is the hatchery management. Covers the broodstock, induced breeding and nursery management. And the third one is the pond management. Pre-impoundment measure soil is 6 to 9 is deal and lime soil of necessary. For concrete ponds, store water in for 3 days and wash thoroughly before use. And the fourth one is the feed and feeding management. Avoid overfeeding and underfeeding. And medicated fish should be used to control a specific disease. And the fifth one is the fish health management. It consists of disease surveillance and prevention plan, fish disease management plan, and prepare periodic fish health report.
Hello, good morning everyone. My name is Josie S. Martinez and I am here to present our topic about fisheries and aquaculture management. For the security management, poaching. Poaching is defined as taking or killing a fish or animal illegally and can take many forms, like for example, illegally trapping, harvesting, and killing a fish in a pond. So this can be prevented by employing enough security men. Weed control. Weeds can be defined as unwanted and undesirable plants that are adapted to grow and reproduce under aquatic conditions because weeds can affect the production of the fishes. To prevent it, mechanical control is the most fish-friendly way, like weed cutters. Pests like wild fish, snakes, frogs, and insects can also affect the fish production because wild fish compete with fingerlings for food and space, while some divorce fingerlings. Birds like herons and kingfishers eat adult fish and fingerlings and may also carry parasites. Snakes, frog, and some insects also prey on small fish. To control the predation, ponds should be covered by nets, screen the inlet and outlets, check the fingerlings before stocking, and drain the pond after harvesting. Always keep the bunks and dikes clean to prevent snakes from harboring in the ponds. Harvesting management. Ready market for harvested fish. Advertise before harvest if necessary. Partial or total harvest. Partial harvest is actually harvesting the bigger or the adult fish to allow the smaller ones to grow, while the total harvest is actually harvesting all of the fishes in the pond, whether they are small or big fishes. Time of harvest. Early in the morning before 12 noon. Appropriate harvest gears. So these are the examples of harvesting gears. Sorting of harvested fish, counting and weighing, so that we can distribute the fishes into groups by their weight, kinds, and counting how many fishes are produced.
Post-harvest management and processing. This is very important because it prepares the products for sale after harvesting, and any laxity can lead to heavy losses. Post-harvest is the handling, processing, and distributing fishes and fishery products. Processing involves drying, salting, fermenting, freezing, and etc. In marketing, we need to know what kind of fishes the customers need. Is it seed fish, food fish, or both? Fresh fish deteriorate in quality very quickly once they are harvested, so sell immediately or freeze. Try and understand opportunities to sell, barter, or trade them is important so that it will help their business to grow and not go or experience any bankruptcy. In marketing, it is also important to understand our customers' taste, the seasonal trends of the fishes, the cultural norms of our customers. Keep live fish ready to sell in small enclosures so that customers will be attended to immediately. Farm record management. Record keeping is a very important activity for successful farm management and involves keeping records on culture activity, recording brood stock, backup stocks, nursery and growth out, holding, sales, and packing area, date of harvesting, stocking, density and ratio, mortality, survival rates, and discards for each tank. Target and actual production records, daily, weekly, monthly productions, feeding records and growth rates, water quality parameters, and etc. Disease problems, recording the date of occurrence of disease, type of disease, disease symptoms, severity, applied treatments and success of the treatments, and etc. Records on environment parameters, recording the rainfall, temperature, wind, humidity, and natural disasters, and etc. Management activities, cash book, inventory, records, stock book, and ledger should be maintained, sales records, and expenses for cost analysis. Managing labor. The most important resource of an organization is the human resource, like the fish farmers and the staffs. Adequate motivation should be given to fish farm staff so that they can put in their best. Capacity building measures should also be adopted to enable staff to improve on the job, for example, improving their fishing techniques or skills, better fish storaging and processing. Fisheries management. There are many types of fisheries management or fisheries management tools, including catch limits or a total allowable catch or TAC, fishing efforts limits, for example, limited numbers of boats and gears, and restrictions on numbers of trips. Restriction on the size of the fish that can be caught or retained. Gear restriction, for example, not using dynamites in fishing. Access controls. For example, having a license in catching a fish. Allocation of shares in a fishery in terms of catch, effort, or space. For example, is the territorial use, rights in fisheries, and etc. Time, area, gear, type closures. One of the oldest form of fisheries management is a form of marine protected areas or MPAS. Territorial use rights in fisheries can also be considered as MPAS if those holding the user right to impose restriction on who can do what within the designated area.